Hello, happy Tuesday! This is such like a classical sassy, you know what I mean? Come on, LinkedIn, let's go. All right. Hello. Welcome to day 2 of our 5-day live sprint for the month of November. Now, for those of you who are joining here on live or catching the replay, say hello. I would 100% love to hear who's here, who's tuning in. I always like knowing that I'm not having a conversation by myself, y'all. Now, if you are jumping in and catching and following along to where I've been and what I've been doing and all that good stuff, it's so timely because, of course, if you have been seeing any of my content today, I'm talking all about the 5 W's and 1 H of business. Now, we covered the what yesterday, and today we're going to jump right into the who. So I just want to jump in and let's have a conversation to the who of your business. Now, how many of you are afraid that if you niche down and you start to identify exactly the one specific person that you want to work with, that may exile or that may make it feel as though you are limiting yourself? And quite frankly, who wants to limit the amount of leads that you could be getting in your business? I know I felt that way, and I know I'm not the only one. Now, let me share something with you that as I shared to continue to share my clients, this is what I teach and what I continue to learn. I am a business coach who has coaches. I have business coaches who help me to elevate, evolve, and transform my personal and professional journey. Now, one thing that was a very deep fear of mine was not being liked. And I wanted to be liked by everyone. So when I first started out building my career coaching business, I went in saying, like, I can help everyone. I can help the early career professionals. I can even help high schoolers. I can help college students. I can help retirees. I can help everybody and their mom in their journey. And if you looked at it from a technical perspective, from the skill set, yeah, short and sweet of it, I could help. But what happened was when I was for everybody, I got way more confused in how I was building my business processes and my sales funnel and everything, and even my marketing became really convoluted and very confusing because I was trying to be for everybody. I was trying to be liked by everybody, and that caused way more headaches than it did when I started to say, you know what? No, I really want to work specifically with millennial women who come with 15, 20 years of experience looking to transition out of their career into something completely different without wanting to start over. And as soon as I started to hone in and say, this is who my ideal client is, it became easier for me to not only find, but to start attracting those niche people into my world and, of course, convert them from connections to paying clients. So let's just dive into today, okay? If you are really struggling and you're like, okay, I know I keep hearing people talk about niche this, niche down, ideal client this, ideal client that. Let's talk about why, because there is truth in that. Okay. Now, again, if you caught yesterday's live, you know that I'm talking about three different stages in where you could be in your business. So for those of you who are in the starting phase, meaning that you are still in the ideation, you haven't quite formalized your business yet, you may not have made it official, you're still in the midst of planning your official company launch, or maybe you just launched in the last 6 months, you would be what I consider in the starting phase. Now, for you, honing in on the who of your client and your niche is this. I want for you to walk away by answering, actually, not walk away, but really actually doing this. Whether you come back to the replay or you're doing it right now, I want for you to take out some pen and paper. And this is the exercise that everybody, this is like business 101, y'all, okay? Entrepreneurship 101 is to go through your ideal avatar exercise. And I want for you to answer these questions, okay? When you are defining your ideal client, I want for you to have that one person in mind. We're not talking about a group. I want for you to really paint the picture in your mind of this one person, okay? One person. And I want for you to start jotting down and answering these questions. Number one, what are their demographics? How would they classify or categorize themselves? What are their pronouns? What gender do they identify with? Are they currently employed or unemployed? What industry are they in? What level of education do they come with? What are their likes, their dislikes? What are their hobbies? How are they spending their cash? All of those kind of questions you should be jotting down. Now, I also want for you to focus on the psychographics. And the psychographics are these, okay? These are their most deepest desires. Now, as a career coach, of course, you are going to be helping them with their job search. But what is their deepest desire? It's not even necessarily to get a new job. It is they want a new job because they are tired of working for a toxic company or a toxic leader. They want to prioritize their mental and physical health. Maybe a deep desire for them is to reach a place of earning their first six figures because they want to be able to take their children to Disney World, to build memories, to take vacations, to do that. Maybe their deepest desire is to truly have work-life balance or work-life integration. They want to be able to pick up and drop off their kids without anybody breathing down their neck. There is a deeper desire that your ideal client is looking for, and you want to be able to figure that out. The other components of psychographics would be their set of beliefs. What are their belief systems? What do they believe are values that they uphold? What do they believe is right or wrong? And also the spirituality component as well. Do they say words like I say, which I say God, the universe, manifestation, spirituality, right? I talk a lot about my lunar cycle. What do they speak when they think about their belief systems, their values? Okay. So if you are in the starting stage, I want for you to just define who your ideal client is. Okay. And let me say this because this is something that comes up frequently that my clients bring up to me as a common question. Molly, my ideal client is kind of like me. Is that weird? No, absolutely not. It is very common for you to identify your ideal client as somebody who is just like you because here's the thing. The beauty of being a coach is the ability to guide someone from step 1 to step 3, or even step 1 to step 2. That is what coaching is. It's using your experience, your journey, your expertise, and your newfound skill set to guide someone to walk a similar path. So it is very common, and it's not weird at all, for you to be like, yeah, my ideal client is me like 2 years ago, right? Me, 5 years ago. That is totally okay. All right. Now, for those of you, for the coaches out there that you're in the growing phase. So this is if you have been in business for a year to 2 years and you're like, yep, I already know who my niche is, Molly. I know who my ideal client is. This is awesome. This is where I want for you to focus to help you accelerate your business, okay? To really grow in the growth phase. I want for you to refine your client profile, specifically tied back to data, okay? So here's what I want for you to do. Now that you know who your clients are, I want for you to quickly do a demographic reflection. So by now, hopefully you've had some paying clients. I want for you to just capture your clients' demographics. For example, if you were to take a look at your former and current clients on your roster, how would they identify? How would they classify themselves? What categories would they put themselves under? Okay. And I want for you to do almost like an audit, a temp check, based off of how you've defined your client to who you are actually converting into paying clients. And here's why. A lot of the times we have an idea, a concept of who we think our clients are. And for the most part, yes, we do. Until you start to convert them, there are some blind spots that sometimes we don't even see that we are attracting into our reality as clients. And this is where I want for you to just pump your brakes real quick and say, how much does my actual clients that I'm working with actually align with how I define my ideal clients? Okay. And then do little tweaks here and there. And it's by using data, real life clients and results that you've been able to help them to achieve, that's going to help you to recalibrate how aligned are you, and are there any new opportunities for you to redefine or add more clarity to your ideal client avatar and your niche? Okay. So really look at that. Now I'm going to throw something in here. Well, actually I'll save it for the end. Never mind. For those of you who are coaches that are in your acceleration stage, okay, you're accelerating, meaning, yep, you have data, you've reflected on the data, you've audited it, you know more now than ever. You can like literally spit out to the minute details of your ideal client and your niche. If you are in the acceleration stage, this is what I want for you to focus on instead. Okay. I want for you, and I'm going to use a term that I use with my clients. I am going to lovingly challenge you to diversify where you are getting and finding and meeting these ideal clients. Okay. So now it's not just who is it, but where are they? Okay. So where does your ideal clients mingle? And how do you find creative avenues to be in front of them and to interact with them and to give experiences of them? Okay. So a big piece of this is, how can you lovingly challenge yourself to be even more creative on how you can then hone in to your lead generation strategy? Because here's the thing, regardless of you are in the starting phase, the growing phase, or the acceleration phase, this whole purpose of honing in on your ideal client and niching down is to give you more clarity and more concrete guidelines when you are putting together a lead generation strategy. Many of you forget or don't know or have not been taught how to repurpose your ideal client avatar to yield something of strategy for you. And that's why you got me, your business coach, Molly, who can help you to bridge the gap. So instead of just doing this client avatar and defining your niche and really going through this exercise and just leaving it there and never reflecting back on it, I want for you to repurpose this to continue elevating what your lead generation strategy is. Okay. So again, if you're in the starting phase, Just define. I just want for you to do the exercise first and define as much as you can to who you believe your ideal client is and your niche. If you are in the growing phase of your coaching business, this is where you need to reflect on your current clients and look at the data. Do they hit what you thought and what you defined originally when you were in the starting phase? Do those two things align? Are there any new information or blind spots that you didn't know? And then for those of you who are in the acceleration stage, this is where I want for you to be really creative on, okay, so if I was truly to expand and diversify my lead generation strategy, where do my ideal clients live? Where do they play? Where do they spend their time? And how are you creating opportunities within your business to interact with them and to give them an experience of you? Okay, so this is what I want for you to do today on the who side of the 5Ws and 1H series. Now, the little tidbit that I kind of held back on a couple moments ago that I'm going to share with you on here is to use LinkedIn data and LinkedIn analytics to help you identify your who. Now, if you go into your LinkedIn profile on the top, especially if you turned on your creators mode, on the top of your personal profile, there is an analytics box. And if you click there, there's two specific places in which I want for you to take a look at your LinkedIn analytics. Okay. The first one, I want for you to look at your follower makeup. Okay. So if you look at your followers, if you look down, if you scroll down, if you click on the audience, you will be able to see reporting that shows the makeup of your followers. Now, why is this important? Because again, especially if you are in the growing and the accelerating phase, you want to ensure that your LinkedIn strategy, your marketing and visibility is attracting the right clients. Now, you can see that by the amount of followers. Followers, like you can't, what's the word? You can't force people to be your followers, okay? People voluntarily sign up to be your followers. So if your messaging is spot on, if you are branding your service and your personal brand the right way, your followers should mirror your ideal client, your niche. Okay, so that's the first place. The second place of LinkedIn analytics that you can look at is the job titles of the searchers. Okay, so let me explain a little bit more. LinkedIn, people are searching for other people, right? Like that's the power of the search bar on LinkedIn. When you go into your analytics, you can take a look at the job titles of the people who are searching for you. Now, what you want to do is you want to ensure that the titles that people are plugging into the search bar align with you. Okay, so my number one title, okay, that people are searching me by is business coach. Heck yeah, spot on. That's the first one. Absolutely. You want to be found, people. Okay. So if you are not identifying who that is that you're trying to attract, they're not going to be able to find you anyway. Okay. So in reverse, just like you need to know who your ideal client is, who your niche is, you also want people to know who you are. So don't make it challenging for people to understand who you are, because they're not going to put some fancy schmancy made up word like, in the search bar. They're not going to call me, I don't know, first gen unicorn, right? Like, even though I am a business coach and I cater to first gen entrepreneurs, they're not going to do that. They're not going to put that in there. So why would I go ahead and put that into my LinkedIn profile? That ain't going to serve nobody. Okay. Simplicity is key, my friends. You want to be found. You got to learn how to use LinkedIn in a way that's going to serve you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the insightful emojis. Thank you. Is that what they? No, reactions, engagements, whatever you call them. So Let me know what you took away from this. And quite frankly, if you are struggling with the who, listen, y'all. I am all about giving, okay? Please don't hesitate to reach out and be like, Molly, I am really struggling with the who. Tell me what stage you're in. Are you in the growing? Are you in the starting, growing, or acceleration stage? So I know exactly how to help you hone in on your strategy. All right? Let me know. I'm here to help. Okay. So, with that being said, tomorrow we are going through the why. The why. And it's going to be really important that you continue to join me as we go through this LinkedIn Live Sprint this week. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. All of my love. Bye.